Oh my God, it's so nice to see your beautiful face.
And yours as well, darling. Yours as well. How are you, goddess?
I'm doing amazing, actually. It's a great Monday for a birthday week. So,
yeah. Love that.
I am with Stacey Gunnard. For those people who don't know who you are, what's your elevator pitch? Tell everybody who you are, you beautiful soul, you.
Well, like she said, I'm a beautiful soul, though. I don't want to correct you. It's Gunnard. But anyway.
It is Gunnard?
It's Gunnard. Stacey Gunnard doesn't have to work hard because she's financed by God. If you remember that tagline, you'll be fine. I'm a spiritualist since I'm born, and I live unscripted. That's who I am.
You really do. I discovered you on TikTok, which thank you for even posting your first post ever. Because had you not gone on TikTok, I don't know if I would have gotten through a couple of things. There's something so matter of fact and straightforward about you. You don't beat around the bush. And when I discovered you, it was during COVID, and I needed you. I didn't know how much I needed you, but I needed you.
You're hurting me in the pretty space. That's very kind. Thank you.
So thank you for showing up, because you do. You show up every day. I just watched your weekly report, right? You continue to show up. And I know some days it's not easy, right? When you batch create or you're creating content, some days aren't easy to be there for other people, but you do it consistently. And I want to thank you for that, because honestly, you showing up has meant so much to me.
That is so kind. And that means everything to me. Kindness is my favorite thing in the world. I love that. Authenticity and kindness, winning. That's everything.
Well, I want to talk about, because you're not just a spiritualist, you're also an author. And the book that you wrote is called Recycle Love, right?
Yes.
It's right behind you.
Oh, this whole thing.
Oh, this thing. Where did the idea of Recycle Love come from? Because that is your whole thing. That's what you preach. It's what you talk about. Where did the idea come from?
It happened. It was a cold afternoon. No, I was I had this Native American come to my store, because I've been in metaphysical retail since 1989. And I had a Native American come to my store, and he did a whole music and talk about the reservation and life there. And he's a very giving spirit. And I said to him, you can't just give all the time. You have to receive also. And he looked at me and he said, well, I guess we're all learning something today. So that was cool. And then I meditated. It was like a week later, who knows, whatever. And spirit, it's dropped in my head. I'm not, hokey, but it just recycle love, give and receive. And it struck me, and I wrote it down. And I had the girl that works for me. She's an artist. Excuse me. I'm like, do me a favor, draw a picture of two hands, one giving, one receiving, in hearts. And it took her like 3 times. And I'm like, nailed it. And Shazam, there it is. It's everything that matters in life. You give love, you receive love. It's the end of the story. It's the beginning of it.
And it's so perfect. And by the way, on the website, you can buy the book. She has jewelry with that emblem. I love it. And you have t-shirts. It's beautiful. And we're approaching Christmas. If you guys want gifts for the holidays, honestly, go to Stacey's website, which is StaceyGunnard.com. Correct?
Exactly.
StaceyGunnard.com.
Stacey Gunnard.
You have a great bunch of different offerings, as well as I believe you have one-on-one sessions as well, right?
Of course. Yeah, I've been doing that. I've been doing readings professionally for 35 years, and I just say I deliver the mail because I don't want people impressed with me. I don't act superior. Forget my gift. I want you to unwrap yours. You're the gift you're looking for.
And I love that notion. I think for the longest time, I didn't understand that. I could hear my higher voice, right? When you said it dropped in, right? The thought dropped in. It's just being aligned with your higher self and sort of listening to the good voice, right? Like do the good things, do the things that are filled with love.
You have no choice. You're in your body. You're with yourself. And the words you speak and think and who you are is what you're manifesting. I was punished every day as a kid because I'm always going to do what I want. Not in a mean, I was never unkind, but if it doesn't make sense to me, I'm not playing that game. I'm just not doing it.
I want to talk about you as a kid because when we had a prior conversation, you said you kind of just knew. You just knew, right? You always just kind of lived your life and did the thing, and nobody told you any different. Your parents never stopped you or said you're daydreaming too much, or what do you mean you're hearing voices? You just sort of followed the path.
I didn't hear voices. I wasn't,
right.
I
the inner voice, the higher self voice.
Wait, I'm going to download.
The good voice.
It's not even a hearing. It's a feeling. It's sense. It's like obvious. Like when I'm doing a reading for somebody, it's not like, Stacey, yes, grasshopper. It just drops in and I say it, and I'm as shocked as the people. But I've always been this way, like seances and Ouija board, and grew up with Led Zeppelin. I mean, I grew up on magic. Fleetwood Mac, Led Zeppelin, music is everything to me. And my grandmother has it. My mother had it, but it freaked her out. She could see peripheral things, but I'm just going to be me and never self-conscious. And that was my favorite thing. My neighbor, Mrs. Sauer, I loved Anka Kopsenberg. She said to me, we moved to Florida for many years. And when I came back, I went to go see my people because I love people that know me, like really know me. It's home to me. And she said to me, I know her since I'm 4. So now I'm like 23, 24. She said, I'm so glad you never became self-conscious. And she was a psychiatrist and stuff like that. She said, I'm so glad that you, and I said, what? Like, I don't know how I come across to people because it doesn't matter. How I feel about me, all that matters.
I love that. And I wish that I could have learned that sooner in my life. I think my whole life, all I cared about was what everybody else thought. And then I didn't know what I thought. Like, is this a thought that was put on me? Is this what I'm thinking? How do I know what my opinion is? I had no idea for so long. I'm about to be 49 and I'm just now figuring that out.
Doesn't matter.
Who I am as a human.
In school, you're not taught to think. You're taught to conform. We're taught to follow this rule and dress like this and act like this. And we're taught that. This is the religion we practice. This is what we eat Tuesday nights. This is how we do it. We're taught that. And unless you become your own individual self without feeling worried, I've never once, I don't know what's missing from me, never once did I ever, oh, what do they think about me? What are they going to say? I wish I was interested. I don't care. I really don't care. I'm living with me. I've never worried, like I'm going to walk into a room, oh, they're not going to love me. If you don't love me, I'm scared of you because I'm delicious. Yeah. I'm frightened. I'm frightened.
So then what advice do you have for people going through the same situation as I'm going through? I'm working on it with my kids. I'm trying to get them to just be themselves, and that's okay. And if I get a call from the school, I get a call from the school. I'm not worried about it, right? Like, you are yourself. It's fine. What about people that are like me, that are growing up in the like, oh, we're being taught or being told how to think, and I'm trying to break out of that? What advice do you have from somebody who never lived in that box?
Don't even understand. But I know that by being kind and loving to yourself and mirror work and meditation, and this feels good. Like if you don't like liver, don't eat it every day. It's like, oh God, I can't stand this. Ma, why? You get to choose who you are and how you are. You get to choose that all the time. So what other people think of you is not your business. And the best thing I tell people, like, let me get my magic wand a minute, pow, pow. The best thing I tell people is, baby, nobody's thinking about you. Everybody's thinking about themselves. No one at all is thinking about you, boo. They're all thinking about them.
That's what I tell my clients that are like scared to post. I was like, nobody cares. Honestly, they're just doing this.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, they think to judge you. I mean, they're going to love you or they're going to attack you. You know, I mean, who cares? Right. It's none of your business. How you live and how you feel is what success is. That's it.
Yes. Well, that was the other thing that I recently came across, was like how I define success. Is it money? It's, did I get up today and show up for myself? Well, then that's success. Because
I know people that have big, silly money and they're not happy and they're walking around unfulfilled and joyless, and money doesn't make you happy, honey. Love makes you happy, and not corny woo-woo, let's go to the airport and hand out flowers. In a way that because I love myself, I'm always going to do things that are kind. And because I love myself, it's real easy to love you. Really.
I love that.
A customer
So,
came in. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
no, go ahead. Tell me.
A
The customer.
customer came into my store, Home in the Home. That was my second store.
Which is the
And
greatest title.
Home in the Home, Shanti Shalom. I used to say, Shanti Shalom, welcome home. Yeah. And I said to her, oh God, I love your shoes. You don't even know me. I said, that makes it so much easier.
Yes. It's easier to love a stranger.
We have no history. Yeah. It's the best. Yeah.
Well, because then you're not putting any confines on the love, right? So with Recycle Love, it's autobiographical with advice in it, correct?
It's rituals, witchuals. It's tragic to magic. My backstory would blow your mind. And I had two spiritual teachers, twin sisters. I met one day at my store in the Atias Flea Market, Long Island. And a few days later, or a week later, somebody else walked in. I was like, oh, hi, Kat. And it wasn't. And then Kat walked in. They were twins. I said, oh, my God, what is happening? And they were like 20-ish years older than me. And they scooped me up. I was their little, their little girl. And they spiritually raised me. And Kat went home. She said to her sister Connie, she said, I just met the most powerful little witch. And I'm like, oh my God. When people say nice things to me, I'm so blown because I wasn't raised with praise. I do it. Yeah. I wasn't, oh my girl, she would never be bad. I was punished every day.
Were you punished just because you were acting out or just, why were you punished?
Because I don't listen. I don't listen. My mother, because I said so, I'd be like, no. Or she'd be screaming, you're making me crazy. I'm making you crazy. You're screaming and I'm making you crazy. Maybe, take a look at that. Yeah, I was brash and smart.
That's my daughter is that, which is she's my mini me. So it's really hard to watch yourself growing up again and trying to also unparent how I was parented and not parent that way, but sometimes it comes out and I realize like my reaction's my responsibility. But sometimes I'll say like, it's you made me react this way. You're acting this way. Why do you
look what you made me do?
Look what you made me do. And then I'm like, I know better. So I'm trying to do better.
That was brilliant right there. It's not knowing. Anybody could be cerebral. It's not the thought traffic that's working. It's how you feel. It's the knowing is nothing. My mother would be like, oh, daddy's coming home. Everybody go inside. But her mother, my Nana, Poppy, daddy's coming home. Go inside. Like this was how it was. And I was like, who cares?
Because you're not allowed to be playing outside while he pulls up after work.
No, like daddy's walking in the house and wants to be peace and relax. Like,
yes.
Go
to your room and be quiet. Yeah, daddy needs a minute.
I don't care. Oh, the man is so special. I'm like, who cares? I don't care.
How was your dad with you? Was your dad in the same way, or
he was my stepfather, the best? Oh my God. And I love this. In my book, it's on page 1. I call him my stepfather because he stepped up.
Oh,
yeah. Is that terrific? So my mother was Jewish and my father Italian, and Ann Ziegler and Vito Fiorentino. And it was the best. It was the best household. No racism, no stupidity, music all over the place. And he was very strict. And I let him know a lot of times that you're not my real father. Oh, God, I was a horror and all of that. But because, he was the best man. I mean, ask anybody, oh, the Fiorentinos, yeah, quality. But because I went to Salem with 2 of my girls in 1989, I came home from there. We just went on a hit it weekend. It was fabulous. And I told my parents, I said, oh my God, it's all these hippie, witchy, groovy stores and I was a waitress bartender before that. And my father says, let's do it. I'm like, do what? Open you a shop. I'm like, what? I had no idea. Boom. But after like 3 months, my rent was ridiculous. 1989, they were charging me $1,200 a month. In 1989.
What? In 1989?
And I was choking to death. I was making $20, $30 a day. So my parents said, you're going to have to, close. You're not working. I said, BS. All the I said, no, excuse me, not happening. So I went up to management. I was 25. Went up to management. I said, I can't do it. It's too much. I'm choking. I can't do it. And they said, look, kid, I love this guy, Murray. Look, kid, we like you. Don't say a damn word. How about $20 a day? $320 a month. I went from $1,200 a month to $320 a month.
Just by asking.
Asking
Just
you to receive. Yeah.
That's what I tell people. Just ask. You never know.
Ask. Yeah.
Talk to me about the twins taking you under their wing.
Oh,
so now you're in your 20s. You have your store. And I'm assuming you understand you're spiritual, right?
Oh yeah, I'm witchy woman. I'm Stevie Nicks' daughter. You know what I mean? I'm raised by Stevie.
But what did they do to help level up your experience, your powers, your energy? What is it that they did that sort of made you who you are today?
Well, they made me feel in a community where I was loved. When I met them, my father was about to go down. My father died on my birthday, my stepfather.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And then my mother passed 3 years later. It was like a whole tragic, karmic, horrible situation. And they were my mommy, sister, teachers, and they had a gorgeous house in Roslyn, but also at Ocean Beach, Fire Island. And every Monday I would go there, hop on the ferry from Deer Park, and spend the day with these women who nurtured and raised me. I mean, they were like the aunts on Practical Magic. I was just, I need to be loved by people because I'm very loving, and I need people that aren't after me for a reading. I need
they want
people
something
that
from
just genuinely give a shit about me. That it's very important to me.
First of all, that's a TV series right there. You on the ferry to Fire Island every Monday to go talk to the witches? Like, come on, are you kidding me right now?
You have to read the book. I mean, I say to say it's really good. I got married at 16. I was beaten up. I was sexually abused. I lived in a car and I've been through things that would blow your brains. And Catherine said to me one day, and it was so empowering to me. She said, "You are the most successful person I've ever met." I'm like, what? And she lived in Roslyn, Great Neck area. We're talking boo-boo.
Right.
I was driving a 89 Jeep Cherokee, and this is like 99 or 2000. She said, what you've been through in your life, and you're loving, and you keep looking up. Every picture we have with you, you're always looking up. She goes, I've never seen such a thing. Really, there's things, people saying gorgeous things to you stick with you, and the horrible things stick with you too. But Rachel, the horrible things are a reflection of them. The beautiful things are what you take with you. You don't take the sorrow, the hurt, the pain. You heal that by realizing hurt people hurt people. Loving people love people. So you don't want, my Sally would never do anything wrong. You don't want to pretend. There's nobody perfect, but we're beautifully flawed. We're perfectly imperfect. And to recognize that and love ourselves in spite of knowing who we are, brilliance right there. Okay.
That was beautiful. Oh, take a sip. You deserve it.
Take that to the neck. You know what? Last week, I'm sorry, excuse me.
No, say it.
Last week I was, having a moment because I work on social media now, and woof, I'm allergic to nonsense and BS and garbage. I don't do it. I have zero tolerance. And I was like, oh God, the numbers go down. The people of this, and I said, Stacey, the only numbers I care about is my bank account. Number one.
Yes, number one.
Hi, how you doing? Well, I'm good. I'm gonna get 6 bagels today. Yeah. And I'm not looking to make a name for myself. I have a name. I'm not looking to do anything. I'm delivering the mail. I hope I'm serving you. And that's it. I'm not trying to get ahead. I'm not in competition with anybody. I've never met somebody more beautiful than me or less beautiful. Go find your beauty. Do your thing. I'm not looking to make anything of myself. I am already made.
Well, and that's beautiful. I love that. My newest thing now is that I am my own biggest fan, especially with social media, because those numbers can, like, if you're if you're thinking too much over it or overthinking it, they go up, they go down, like nobody really knows. And so, like I said, success number one is just showing up for myself. I did the thing I posted. And then
No.
success number two is I'm liking my own stuff and I comment on my own stuff. I'm my own biggest fan. And that's okay. I think it took me a while to realize, like, of course I'm my own biggest fan. I should be. We should all be our own biggest fans, first and foremost, before anybody else, right? If I don't like me, I want other people to like me. It's not fair to expect that from other people.
And biggest fan in a humble, quiet way. Not selling it. Just matter of fact. Just carrying your essence with you. Like, hi, how are you? I'm well. Are you? Good. Hi. And if people you know are just nasty and petty, because God made some women like that. I don't know why. And sometimes,
so we know what not to be. That's why I always say. So how I don't want to be.
When somebody's petty, like, oh, how are you? Oh, I'm highly favored. And you? You know, like, I'll give it right to them. Oh, highly favored, darling. Come on, right?
Yeah. Oh, my God. So are you going to continue with social media? Are you staying on social media? Are you thinking of opening another brick and mortar, a store? Or are you like...
Never again
Never
would I
again.
tender my life ever again. 35 years. I'm 35 years in business this year. But brick and mortar, just about 30 years? No, never, ever again. I am by appointment only. I am not a captive audience. Ever again.
I'm proud of you.
Me too. Whether you are or weren't, it's never happening.
Yeah. Oh, my God. And then I'm trying to get you to start more on YouTube.
Well, I did. I don't understand. I need help with this. This is me. This is what I do. I float some videos from. I mean, we needed a.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I'm not tech. I float videos to YouTube, but some of them get 0 views. I don't know what's happening. I don't know. I feel like the right situation is going to find me-ish. You know, I'm out there, and if you love me or you leave me alone. I mean, what am I going to do? Yeah.
Well, my other question to you is the copycat accounts. Is that frustrating to you as a creator to have to consistently say, I'm not contacting you, I'm not asking you for money? It feels like every time you get one taken down, another one pops up. Like, how do you even handle that?
There are so many ridiculous, and I handle it in this knowing. It's not because, oh, wow, Stacey's so special, even though I am. It's not because of that. It's because people want to scam people and get their money.
Yeah.
So they're using my name, and I have it. I mean, I don't know how else to put it. If you hear me, oh, my beloved Grand Rising, if you hear any kind of foolish talk like that, that's never me. And I don't reach out. I have it everywhere. I don't reach out. But what I heard, what a friend of mine told me, because I'm really untech, I'm very innocent with this stuff. The reason my account is always so dimmed, it's because people are reporting my real account is fake, and all the fake accounts, like there's fake accounts that have thousands of followers. I'm like, those are my followers. It's crazy, but I just let it go. There's nothing I could do. TikTok doesn't care, and if they don't care, I don't care.
Right. I mean, I guess at least people care enough to make copy accounts. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Like, I guess, okay. And as long as you keep telling people, you know, don't give them money and I'm not going to contact you.
People that I've told that to. People I've told that to and had sessions with. Like, if I've had a session with you, honey, we shared spirit. That's sacred to me. So this woman who I had 1 or 2 sessions with, and we've spoken, she got scammed by somebody, and she messaged me a few years ago. This is like probably 3 years ago. She sent me like $40. I was like, and I messaged, hey, what's this for? And she didn't comment. I'm like, okay, thank you. I guess it was a gift, because some people bless me. It's how I make a living. And then a few weeks later, a week later, I'll have the other money for you later. I'm like, what are you talking about? So what happened is she got scammed, but the moron scammers didn't give them their account. She's putting it in mine. It was like, oh my God. I think it was like $40. I said, what are you talking about? I don't, so all that. But then she came after me like I did something shady. I'm like, get on the phone right now and speak to me, because Do I sound like that? My voice is pretty mine. I don't think you
Yes.
can take it anywhere else. Unbelievable. Yeah, she was wrong, and shame on you, I told her. Shame on you. I
Yeah.
don't zip zero. I don't like the word psychic. I do not like being associated with that because it's such a snake oil shisty thing. And I promise on my beautiful mother's eyes, nobody has enough money for me to ruin my integrity and character. I'm God's favorite daughter, honey. You don't have enough anything for me to do anything shady. Like I'm sucking it on the corner. Go sit down.
Well, the other thing I love about you are all the sayings and the way you say things. It's very matter of fact, but also the rhyming, et cetera, et cetera. It's just, you don't just deliver the news or the information.
The
You're
mail, right?
funny. You're right. You don't just deliver the mail. It's funny. Like, right? You make people laugh. And I think that the joy that you bring to people is so invaluable. When did you start adding tarot cards to the process?
I was a little girl doing tarot because I was 7 years old. I love that.
Were they grandma's tarot cards? Where did the tarot cards come from?
Oh, my grandmother gave me my first deck.
Okay. That is amazing. I love that so much.
And oh my God, I used to have seances in my room. And we lived on a dead end. And right after Grandpa Fiorentino passed away, we're on a dead end. Our house, Mrs. Sauer's house, the woods. And I was doing a little seance. I got in trouble because I lit a candle in my room, but that's another story. And all of a sudden, on my mother's eyes, when I say my mother's eyes, that's the highest truth I could give you because my mother is everything. I lit a candle, doing the little seance, and I didn't ask for anything. All of a sudden, the wind blew, and I heard a truck like drive back and forth. I was like, oh, my grandfather owned a route, like Thomas's English Muffin route. Yeah. And I heard a truck, like the wind blew. I think the candle blew the candle out. The window was open, but a truck went back and forth. I was like, oh. And I went and I told my father, he goes, stop it. You're a witch just like your grandmother. And he's my stepfather, but his mother, very psychic. She knew when she was passing away, she had everything, little Grandma Fiorentino. She had all the food in the freezer. Okay, all the food. She had her dress, her outfit altered. It was hanging on the door. And she told her daughter, Aunt Rosemary, she lived in Florida. She said, I have to go to bingo tonight. She's like, and Rosemary's like, Ma, it's raining sideways. We're not going nowhere. You'll go tomorrow. No, I have to go tonight. Hemming and hawing, da-da-da. She goes to bingo's, goes into the ladies' room, right there. The food is in the freezer. The dress is hanging on the door. Bye-bye, Grandma Fiorentino. True story.
But she went out at bingo.
She had to go.
Probably one of her favorite places.
That at home. She didn't want that to happen in her house. Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. So none of this fazed you?
It's
with
normal.
Entities, et cetera, et cetera. It just was so normal to you, even from a young age.
Yeah, it's like it never fazed you. That I'm left-handed. It never fazed you.
Right, I get it. Yeah.
And I like to bring humor. And, I don't effort. It's not like I'm writing a script, but I like to bring humor because spirituality, we're all spiritual. It's not, I see people really going out of their minds. I'm like, I'm so embarrassed. I'm like, oh, please don't associate me with that. Please don't do that. Yeah. My guides are telling me, shut your face. I can't stand the fake and the pomp and the display. Yeah. So I want to reach people where they live.
Being 16 years old and getting married. I know it's in the book, but what did your parents say about this happening? Were they against it? Were they happy for you? Like, they
had no choice, honey. Try saying no to me. Try now.
Right. Is this somebody you went to high school with? Like, how did this play out?
No, we moved to Florida and ruined my life. They took me away from my friend's family here. I think I had like 2 days notice that we were moving. I promised. I knew I would have run away. Like, yeah, this was bad. And I was 14 when we moved. I met this guy and Yeah, he's in my book. I named him Paul in the book. He was so gorgeous. I was 16. I was 15. He was 20.
Mm-hmm.
Got married 16. He was 21. My father was really pissed. He was so gorgeous to look at. I mean, you would have dropped on the floor. He was so beautiful and the biggest monster. And he wasn't a monster until we got married. And I was beaten and spit on and killed. And my mother, my parents moved back to New York. And here I was, a little girl in this situation. I was flying back to New York every week. It was just unbelievable. Unbelievable. This sweet little girl.
Did
I
they
see
know this was
myself.
happening to you when they left
Oh my God.
left for New York? Or like, did they not really know how deep it was?
Oh, my mother had a nervous breakdown. I wasn't even allowed to talk to her. I would call the house. My father would be like, what? And so my aunt and uncle took care of me. My nana and poppy, who lived in Miami, took care, helped me out. My mother just couldn't deal with it. It was so much. And my father, forget, I'm not going to say it.
Well, was it because you wouldn't leave him? It was so much?
It was just so traumatic. And yeah, I left every week. I mean, I was on the plane.
But you went back.
All the time as a little girl.
What was the final straw when you were like, okay, we're done?
I was at work. I was working at a bagel place, waitressing, and he got arrested. And the waitress, Marlene, she saved my life. He got arrested. She took me to the apartment, got all my stuff, made me move in with her. She brought me to a lawyer. And that's how it happened. She was like 18, 20 years older than me. And she got me divorced.
Oh my God, I love her.
Yeah.
That is amazing. So did everybody around you know what was happening, but nobody could stop it?
Yeah, I mean, every time I was late for work at the restaurant, they were so nervous. Oh my God, is she okay? Is she okay? And then Marlene. And then the opportunity happened. And Marlene was like 4 foot tall, little Italian mouth. Yes, with me. It was so traumatic. And what I don't realize, and I just, like we come into ourselves all the time. It's like, wow, wow, wow. I've always, because my parents died young, I've always had to take care of myself. I'm a Capricorn, honey. I can't fail. I don't know how to lose. It's not an option. I got to take care of business. So no matter how sad and devastated I am, I'm not a fake anything. But okay, customers are here. Okay, suck it up, woman. Hi, how are you? Genuine. How are you? I'm going to take care of business. So I was always in PTSD, and knowing all this, the uncovering, the layers of this just makes me kinder to myself. Like, oh my God. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I love me so much.
My husband's also a Capricorn, so I completely understand what my husband, Mark, is a Capricorn. And so, and he went through something super traumatic when he was younger. He was molested, and he has that same sort of viewpoint of like, shake it off and we move forward. Right. Yeah. Like the bills have to get paid, and we're not going to sit in self-pity, and we move on and we move forward.
Yeah. But I want you to sit not in self-pity, in self-awareness and reverence for yourself of the resilience of how you endured. I mean, it's stunning. It's stunning.
Yeah, I say that to him all the time. I was
When's his birthday?
My October 25th.
And the Capricorn?
His is 12/29.
Oh, right there. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I feel so bad for him because he got that crappy birthday right after Christmas.
Yeah.
So you had Christmas and birthday gifts, and then nobody could come to your birthday party because everybody was off for school. It's like, so I try to acknowledge his birthday in a bigger way, usually every year, but it's
well,
it's
I have a suggestion off the air.
Don't worry. So does he.
Well, I try to make his birthday. Well, I have one idea. Yeah.
I love you. You're so funny. So yeah, the birthday's coming up. I'm 49. I feel great about this next year.
Are you going to be 49 or 50? What are you doing?
I'm going to be 49.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But for some reason, I'm looking forward to 50. Like there's something about this 49 to 50 year in my head that seems big. I don't know if it is big. Maybe I'm just making it up, but I don't know. It just feels big.
Well, that's wonderful. And go with that feeling. What it is you're learning yourself more. You're being more genuine. And of course, every year you're going to be more celebrated. And what other choice do you have anyway?
Exactly. What other choice do I have? And I think it's fascinating when you finally start to get comfortable in your own skin. I think for the longest time, I had a perception of beauty, had a perception of health. And now I just, want to do the thing every day, drink the water, right? Eat well, and work out or move my body, at least move my body more.
The mental diet, excuse me, I'm sorry, is more important than any food, anything you do.
100%. Flipping that negative to positives took me a long time. I had somebody basically explain, like, stop the negative mind chatter. And I was like, what do you mean negative mind chatter? And then I was like, oh, you mean like the negative thoughts in my head every 20 seconds?
Those?
Those. What do you mean stop it? And it at first seemed so contrite, like just stop the negative thoughts and make them positive. Like it's just that easy. But
no, it's not. It's not that easy. And that's a horrible thing. I had a client I worked with for a year. I do spiritual counseling. I hate the titles. I hate it. Like even I have a painter coming to my house to give me an estimate on painting the house. And I was about to say, oh, I'm doing a podcast. I'm like, oh, shut up. I said, I'm busy until after whatever. I was like, I hate the effect and I can't stand it. But it's not a cerebral. So the client I worked with for 1 year, she bought me my store, Om in the Home. She put over $25,000 into it. You got to read the book. But she said to me, she's been going to psychology, psychiatrist, counseling, therapist forever. What I did for her in 1 year, boom, she bought me a store. So it's not the logic. It's not the textbook bullshit. It's the emotional change. It's forming new habits of feeling. Feelings aren't facts. The hell they're not. Feelings are 100% fact. How I feel is a fact. If I feel good about this, I'm doing it. If I do not, I am not. Period. And I want to go back for one more second because what you said, you're going to just love this, about how you look and the diet, this and that. I didn't even know I was heavy. My sister had to tell me, right? She goes, what with the weight? What's with the weight? I'm like, huh? What do you mean? I'm beautiful. I suffer from such a high self-esteem, like a woo-woo, that I can't tell. I would say to my sister, Donna, she's my soul. Donna, do you like the blue or the green? What do you like better? I'm like, I can't tell. I can't tell.
I'm beautiful in all of it.
I'm beautiful. Do you like me with lighter hair or darker? What do you like? Don't ask. I can't tell. I'm completely in love with myself.
I think that's so wonderful, though.
I can't tell.
Falling in love with yourself or falling in love with myself has been such a fascinating experience.
Please do it. Please never stop. And the people that don't like that you love themselves are the people that took advantage of your insecurities. So they got to go anyway. Pish, pish, tosh. Bye.
Yes. I think for the longest time, I didn't realize how codependent I was, where I valued myself through other people's eyes. So whether it was a paycheck or somebody else, saying great job, whatever it was, that's how I saw my own value, was through other people's eyes. And then when I finally was able to say, okay, do I value what I did? Do I think I did a good job? That's what I'm going through right now with jobs. I have a small little boutique media company. And I think for the longest time, I undervalued myself. And it was kind of like, no, I need to actually price myself in the range that I value my own time. And it's been a game changer.
How you feel about it. And it's lovely getting validated. Like what you said to me at the beginning. I mean, you brought tears to my face. It's lovely to be acknowledged by others, but more important to be acknowledged by yourself, because others' opinions of you can change. You can tell them, oh, I'm sorry, that didn't work out. And all of a sudden you're down. So I always say, if they could pump you, they could dump you. So it's nice to feel, appreciated and all that pish tosh. But if it's not genuine, and a lot of people aren't, and I'm an optimist, if it's not genuine, it doesn't matter anyway. All that matters is how you do you. I remember somebody saying to me 100 years ago, don't hurt your arm patting yourself on the back. I'm like, oh no, honey, I got this. I can pat myself here. I can pat all these things, all the things. Don't worry about me.
Well, as a creator, because you said you're technologically challenged, but you show up on social. I mean, you do the videos, you do all the things.
I push a button. I don't edit it.
So are you shooting in the TikTok app?
Yeah, I go to TikTok. I push TikTok. and Shazam, here I am. And now I'm even having fun with filters. And I was dragged to TikTok. I wouldn't have, what the heck is TikTok? I was dragged here. And this is what I do because I do the tarot. I use the tarot to help heal you. I don't do readings like other people say other people do readings. I don't, oh, you meet a tall, dark prince on a long dirt road. I tell you where you're off path for you to get on. And I'm using the tarot to do it. So, psych. Oh, what's going to happen with you and Bobby Joe? Well, let's have a look. Boom. Well, he's working on him and you have to work on you. And that it's just brilliant spiritual truth teaching advice. And seeing it through the card gives people much more to feel magical about. I don't.
Even though you could, off the top of your head,
I don't need the card.
You don't need the cards, right? It's almost just a visual.
I love the cards. I've been, doing cards since I'm 7. I love them.
Well, it also helps narrow the focus so you can keep it moving, right? Because I know you love to give, and you love to give though, and I know that you'd probably spend way too much time on somebody, especially during a live when you're just giving of your time, and I think that's so beautiful.
Well, I mean, it's not like, oh, mother, I'm so humble. Yeah, I am giving, but that's my form of advertising. So I tell people too, because people like to take advantage. I can't be played like that. So I tell people, honey, this is a free sample. It's like you're at Costco.
Yeah.
So I don't need friends. I'm pretty good. But so I'm giving you a free sample and hopefully you're classy enough to be like, oh, I dig her. I'm going to purchase a reading or buy a book. I'll subscribe. Yeah, hopefully you have a little couth. But if not, other people do. So this is my form of advertising.
And how did TikTok find you? Because you said somebody told you about it.
I was dragged by the ear. My dear friend Claudia, I'm closing my store and she said, oh, you got to talk to Jess. I'm like, tell me why. She said, oh, she knows all this stuff and da-da-da. So hi, Jess. And I met her. I did a session with her at a friend's salt cave. I do Reiki. I do Reiki in person. I don't do the arm bracelet. You ever see the people? Yeah, they have 40 bracelets on their arms like that. Gives I am mortified. But anywho. I did a session with her and she said, I'll help you. So she made a website for me. I'm telling you, when I tell you, this is not my section, this stuff, talking, this is me. So she did that. And then she said, you got to go on TikTok. I'm like, what the heck? Isn't that kids? And boo, boo, boo. She made me sign up and we would go live every Thursday night for 45 minutes. And she would monitor, be the moderator,
yeah,
whatever. And okay, Stacey, we have somebody whose birthday. I'm like, okay, hi, honey, and da-da-da. And I blew up. So it was so crazy. It was crazy. Everything I posted was 20, 30, 40,000 views. Now I can't get 300 views.
That's really not you, though. It's just an oversaturated market. It's not you.
It was so, I was blowing up so, and now it's so mentally psyched, but that's what they want you to do on social media. And I realized oh, I got to get up there. Honey, I ain't got to get anywhere but have my coffee to the kitchen.
Well, that's
the kitchen.
Yeah, as long as you have a small group of engaged people who will actually book time with you, it doesn't matter what the 20,000 other people are doing because they're just swiping by anyway. They're not your people. It
was nice, though, that I was reaching, more people because my people, my faithfuls love you, but I need new eyes on me,
Right. Well, you also came at a time where it was moving from kids dancing to deeper stuff. And so you exploded right at the perfect time. So I think that was great.
Because so many people said to me, I don't know if there were readers really before I came on there.
I don't think so. I really don't. I truly don't. I think you were the first reader I saw on TikTok.
And now you see people who don't even know how to read. They're reading with the book with 500,000 followers and 800 people in their life. I'm like, ouch. At first that was hurting me. Excuse me. And then it's like, Stacey, don't do it. Don't psych yourself. I'm moving exactly how life is supposed to take me. But I'm offended. Again, people, my sister said this the best. She said, Stacey, of course they love those people that are telling them there's a curse and a spell. They don't want to take responsibility.
Yes.
You're telling people the truth. Not many people like that. I'm like,
You are 100% the truth. You are definitely straightforward. And exactly what you said. Some people don't like to hear that. And then they're just not your people. What is the future for Stacey? Honestly, like, where do you see this going? Do you see your own tarot card deck? Like, is there something else that you're going to do within the brand?
I'm gonna write another book. I'm
Yay.
doing Staceyisms and stuff like that. And I'm going to see what the universe does. I'm good. Yeah, I'm just going to move the way spirit makes me move. A tarot deck. Yeah, me and a friend of mine thought of that. Whatever happens, whatever it is, I'm open. I'm open. But I'm not about, like, even when I had my stores, I'm not about working 80 hours a day. I like
Right.
to be happy. You know, like, my career is my happiness. I want to swim more often. I want to be in a pool. I didn't want to do this at all for a living. This wasn't my career choice. I wanted a trust fund, to be honest with you.
Don't we all?
But here I am. But I love what I do, and whatever happens, I'm going to move through it. I would love, something to be offered to me delicious. I would love a manager that handles all that kind of technical stuff.
Me too.
All the things, but we'll see what God does. I'm open. I'm happy. It doesn't matter. I'll go whichever way the wind blows. Any way the wind blows.
He's the best. Oh my gosh. The website, Stacey Gunnard, STACEYGUNNARD.com. There is her book, one-on-one sessions, jewelry, merch. So we are approaching holiday times. It's such a great website. You have great stuff on there. Is every book signed? That's what I wanted to ask you, because I was going to purchase, but I wanted to ask you first.
I wanted to read the back of it to you, but every book, when you order it through and the link tree, like right through my TikTok, Stacey Gunnard on TikTok, that's where I'm there. But every book that whenever you order, I personally sign it to you and I do a psychic reading for you.
Okay.
I just the birth date. But
I was going to ask you before I bought it, because I was like, I want to make sure that she's signing it before I buy it.
And I do a psychic reading for you. But this is the back. I love this. Ready?
Yes, read it. Read it while I purchase it. How does that energy work for you?
Delicious. Thank you. How does thank you work for you? All right, ready?
Yes.
Spiritualist Stacey Gunnard takes you on a journey from tragic to magic, where personal loss and raw vulnerability become strength, and the driving force is wholeness. A child doesn't have a choice. We rely fully on our guardians. Through the beauty of forgiveness and the passage of time, all can be healed. Do the work, dig up the roots and go deep. Plant new seeds, and in time you will reap what you sow. The sweetness comes with the ripened fruit. Trust the harvest. And this is a testament that with faith and belief in yourself, you could rise above any clouds to the warmth of the sun, with angels, ancestors, and spirit to assist you along the way, from self back to self. Self-love and intention are what drive her to soar within and heal all the shadow spaces. Then the love we feel will always remain, for the heart has its own memory. Isn't that lovely?
That's beautiful.
I wrote that for my ex who passed away. His mother wanted me to do the eulogy. The love we feel will always remain, for the heart has its own memory. Oh.
Well, and finding yourself back to self, I feel that, which, I don't think a lot of people will understand. It depends on where you are in your life, but
nothing matters but how you feel about yourself. Other people, so many people are so desperate looking for love, honey. You're not going to find it. That's not how it's not how it's done. And that's the biggest topic ever. Where is he? Where is she? Where are they? And baby, if you don't understand this, it's just going to keep in that distance. You are what you're looking for. It's not out there. And when you have the love for yourself and the expectation of, I'm always going to get what I give, just go mind your business. Go take a pottery class. Stop looking. The search is the problem. Stop searching. You're beckoning devastation. You're validating the absence of it. You're paying attention to absence instead of inclusive, bringing it to you. Allow life to give it to you.
I feel that about money too. It took me a long time to realize I was worshiping not having it, right? I was thinking too much about not having it. And
of course, that you said that. I was worshiping not having. I love that.
Yes. Well, because I also had to realize I think success scared me because success financially meant in my head working more responsibility. I want to work less. I don't want to work more. So I got scared.
Oh, I love that you said that. I have to tell you this. I came up with this mantra 20-ish years ago. Ready? As easy as I breathe, my abundance comes to me in health, love, and wealth effortlessly.
Oh my gosh. I'm going to save that forever.
Isn't that nice?
Say it one more time. I just got goosebumps. Oh my God. I feel it up my spine.
Nice. Spirit rush.
Oh my gosh. That's crazy.
That's a spirit rush. As easy as I breathe, my abundance.
As easy as I breathe. I'm saying it after you. As easy as I breathe.
My abundance comes to me.
My abundance comes to me.
In health, love, and wealth.
In health, love, and wealth.
Effortlessly.
Effortlessly. I love that word. As I'm checking out.
Yeah.
That's the best.
Somebody, it was like, I think it was spring, summertime, because my second store, Home in the Home, choked me out financially, like devastated.
Well, is it because it was just the rent and having it filled with stuff and not enough people? Like, what happened?
I went from a mall to a brick and mortar with the fakest people in the world. That it's a terrible thing. I liked my hippie, down-to-earth art. I like artists and poets and musicians and free thinkers. And I don't like people that are so affected and, I'm this, I'm a Reiki master. It was such fake, false energy, and I can't get down with that. And I couldn't stand it. I had to work so many millions of hours. It just choked me out. But it was necessary because I created Recycle Love. I started really doing the reading. I had to. I created a clothing line, and all that happened. I met my guardian angel in person so much. Like, real.
You told me that story. That story was amazing. I don't have time for that story, but that story was amazing. Okay. I ordered the book.
Oh, thank you, Mommy.
I will send you my birth date, but do you want to do the reading now?
What do you mean?
So it says...
Oh, the reading goes in the book, honey.
So you would rather put it in the book? Okay.
Well,
we can do it that way.
But I do. Yeah. Okay. I do. Yeah. I'll do a reading for you right now, of course. But no, I personally sign it to you and I do a reading in the book that you have forever. But I'll do a reading for you right now, honey.
All right. I'm sending you my birth date. Do you want me to send that to you too?
No, it's October 25th. Let me
1975.
I can try. 75. All right, hold on, Mommy.
You do what you have to do. I'm going to write in this email to you too, because you're incredible.
So kind. All right. So
everybody, I just want everybody to know how easy that was. It took me, seconds to order the book, sending you the email, not a big deal.
People, I have a link tree too, but that's through my TikTok. So I don't know if TikTok people see this. But the link tree is really easy.
The link tree is easy, and just go to the website. Everything's on the website. It took 2 clicks and it's done.
All right, so there's your birthday, 10/25/75 for the book, and I got you.
Perfect.
Okay. Now let's do numerology. Let's do numerology and life path and happy birthday. So hold please. Let me go to the calendar and let me say October 25th is the day I opened Home in the Home in 2008.
My goodness.
All right, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 is 16. You're in a 7-year. This is numerology. You're in a 7-year. January, you're going into an 8-year. So a 7-year is divine order. It's the 7 chakras, putting everything in perfect alignment. That's what this year's energy has been for. Okay? Hold please. Let me do your life path. 12, 22, 22, 22, 25, 30. Your life path is a 3. And this is mind, body, spirit. So unless you're in complete harmony in those areas, you're off balance and you get a little pissy. So now let me pull some cards.
100%.
Let Mommy pull a little something.
Yeah, I got I was doing too much work and immediately got sick. I had to be hospitalized because it was just like, they're like, you told me you would ground and go on walks. What happened? I was like, oops.
Nothing about work turned me on. Oh, yeah. Oh, what was that wonderful meme? What is your dream job? Darling, I don't dream of labor. I don't have a dream job. Darling, I don't dream. My dream job is sitting in a pool all day, talking and laughing and singing and hanging out.
Yeah, I always say, I told my husband, I just want to be a fairy riding around on my electric bicycle in the forest. Like, I'm literally going to go do that after this because I'm being called to do that. But that's how I feel. I just want to be a fairy riding around in the forest.
You want to be just you and love you. Love you. All right, here we go. I'll give you 3 cards. I'll do where you are, course of action, and future situation, like I do on the lives.
Let's do it.
Happy birthday. Where you are, Blanche. Course of action. Future situation coming up. And I like to do it right in front of your face. In your face. All right, so where you are right now, darling, we have the 6 of Cups, and this is your spiritual look in your home life, and it's all the sweet memories of back in the day. And even the ones that aren't so sweet, we can trade them and turn them into sweetness because they don't exist anymore anyway.
And that's
it's allowed to be changed to feel good for you. Do you understand me?
Say that again.
A memory is allowed to be changed to make it feel good for you because the past is over. It has nothing to give you except what you choose to bring. Is that gorgeous?
That just got me in the gut. And it looks like me reaching back to my younger self and also at the same time, my daughter in a way.
Yeah. Or your mom reaching you. I'm telling you, the story you tell yourself is all that matters. It's all that matters. That's where you are, sweet mommy. Your course of action is stunning because this is where you are. And I always say Blanche like the movie, but you are, Blanche, but you are. And a lot of people don't understand what I'm talking about. It's just a line from a movie. Your course of action, the 7 of Swords. So I said you're in a 2nd year. 7 is, again, putting everything in divine order. But what you're doing here, swords represents air. I like to explain to people. It represents air. So that's words, speech, right? But it's also an action of cutting away. And you just putting the shit down like, I'm putting it down. I don't need to carry this anymore. For me, perfect alignment is to let go of what let go of me already. So that's what you're doing. Your course of action is to put things down so they could find the balance and the recalibrate.
Yes.
All right, so that's your course of action. Come here, mommy. Future situation, pow pow. We have the Ace of Pentacles. An ace is yes, yes, yes. There is nothing about an ace that you have to worry about. This is a gift from spirit. The pentacle represents everything you value: financial, home, health, wealth. It's fire, air, water, earth, and spirits, all the elements of the earth plus the spirit taken care of. And this is the universe rushing in and saying, here, baby, can you receive this? You have to be a good receiver also. You can't just be a giver. That's off balance also. But spirits tell you your future situation, very abundant. And you said in the fairies in the forest, and well, there's your little forest, and there you go on your way to it, right? And then, it just hit me right now. The card that sums you up, pow, pow, pow. I said you're a 3, your life path. 3. 3. Okay, so the 3 of Wands, and this is so brilliant. This is you, mind, body, spirit, sitting there with your natural energy, your light, attracting to you. It's not you going to get it roller skating uphill. It's about you being still and know. Be still and know. That's one of my favorite biblical sayings. So you just put your energy, your light out there, and what is yours is going to attract you like moth to a flame, magnetically come to you. So it's not the effort. Now, one more thing I want to do for you at no additional cost. I want you to think of a question that you're dying to know yes or no to. I know, I always zhuzh my hair.
Oh, gosh.
No. It's private. Keep it to your face.
Okay. Keep it to your face.
Shove it in your face. Suck it back in. Don't tell it.
I got to think of it, though. Can I take a second to think of it?
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. That's our tongue.
That's always so hard for me. That's a hard one. Oh, God.
That's what I want you to pay attention to.
Why is it so hard? Gosh.
Well, maybe you don't know. Maybe you don't have a question that you want to. I already know your question.
I want you to just give it to me.
All right. Let me answer you. How about? And then I'll tell you after.
Okay.
What was my question? I know. All right. Ugh. They got to land right, the cards. When I shuffle, I talk. Good. Ready?
Yes.
Interesting. The second card was the Three of Wands that you just had. Just mind your business. The Pentacle. Hold on.
Again?
You saw me shuff, right?
Yes.
Well, both of you saw me. Okay, hold on.
Why are they coming up again?
How about
Stacey?
the question? How about the real deal? Sit your ass. Be quiet. Hold, please. Okay. Oh, wow. So we have Ace, 100% yes. And then we have the King of Abundance, King of Pentacles, and the King of Cups. Now, the King don't play. The King is the highest that you could get as far as love and abundance. So you will always be abundant, and you are going to find exactly where you're supposed to be. And how you're going to do that is just by being still. And, it doesn't mean laying on your ass. It means being still. And when you're inspired to do action, then do it. Don't do obligatory things, because that doesn't feel good. Do it, even if you have to do things, wait and adjust yourself so you feel absolutely motivated to do so. Yes. Like if you make plans with somebody, then you don't feel like it, please change your mind, because you're not going to have a good time. I'm sorry. Oh, but you said, yeah, I was gonna, but it's not about you. I adore you. Pow, pow, pow. Sometimes we have to show up, but make sure you adjust your emotions to that vibe. But
that's what I've been doing with my schedule. It's just because I want to, not because I have to.
Yeah. That's why I love my life on TikTok. I do it when I want. I do have appointments that I keep, of course, but I go live when I feel like it. Yeah, this is another one for you. Recognize the beauty that you are, honey, because that's all that matters. That's it. And it's your actions that make you beautiful also. I mean, aside from being visually stunning, who cares? That's a lot of times that's frosting on a shit. You want to be beautiful. That's why when people say you're so beautiful, I'm like, do they mean how I look or my soul? What are they talking about?
Both.
And this is defense that you put on notice that through pain and inconvenience, growth is promoted. It's a trying time, but it's very meaningful. Tend to business, set your house in order, be clear, and wait on the will of heaven. What is yours is coming to you. Sidebar, I made this set of runes in 1987.
Oh my gosh.
And one more, and then we're going to boogie, honey.
I love it.
Get down, boogie, oogie, oogie. This was fun. Thank you, sweet.
You were amazing.
What did I say? One more, then I'm out of here?
Yeah.
Go now.
It is done.
Namaste. Is that brilliant? Love that.
That is brilliant.
Right.
You're like, stop it now. Thank you so much. You really are beautiful. Follow her on TikTok. Go to her website, buy the book. She's got a bunch of other beautiful things there. Book a one-on-one reading. It's just like this, right? Your readings are literally just like this. So if you aligned with this energy, please book a one-on-one reading with Stacey. Do it monthly. Subscribe on her TikTok and support.
Love who you love, honey. Love gets loved.
I love you so much. This was amazing.
Love you, sister. Thank you so much. I'll see you.
Thank you.
Mwah.